if I'm being honest, I was kind of excited to tell you the story of how I came up with the name for my mail club, the Tethered Post. And now, as I was sitting here about to start, I was like, is it actually interesting enough to warrant a whole video? I don't know. You're going to have to let me know in the comments. But I am trying to do this new style where I just hit record and just go. And barring any major catastrophes, I'm just letting it go. Just letting it play out and just trying to get better at communicating and just being real. I mean, and it saves me time in the process, and I can upload more content and tell you more about this whole process if I'm not having to do major edits, like, and not having to script what I'm trying to say and all that. If I'm just showing up and just chatting and then just basically hitting upload, then it's a lot easier for me to be connected on here on a more regular basis. So, anyway, if you see these like long pauses or see me staring off in the distance, apparently I like to look over here when I'm thinking. And since I'm not cutting out my thinking, you're going to see me look over there from time to time. Okay. So, this name, the Tethered Post, I'd seen several mail clubs call themselves the fill in the blank post. And I liked the feel of it. That felt kind of cool. And I knew I wanted my mail club to be focused around connection. I wanted that to be the main thing. And so I thought about it. I was like the connection club or the connection post, or I like the idea of being like grounded and anchored and like with others, you know, like I'm like, how do I pull that into a word? And eventually, after a lot of trial and error and even some like chatting with Claude, I'm like, okay, I'm trying to like conceptualize this into a word or a phrase. And then I had this idea for tethered, and I was like, does this make sense? It makes sense in my brain, but like I need another like opinion. I need another, what's the word? I just needed an outsider's perspective. So I asked my best friend, shout out to my girl, Alicia, and I asked Claude because Alicia's on the other side of the world from me. So sometimes she's sleeping when I need to bounce ideas off her. So sometimes I have to wait, and that's okay. It's always worth the wait. She's amazing. But anyway, I really liked it. I was like, it's like as soon as the Tethered Post, like tethered came into my brain, and I was like, the Tethered Post? And it's just like sparks flew. I was like, is that it? And sometimes with naming things, I find it a little difficult. And other times, I feel like it just like comes so quickly. And I'm like, is it allowed to be that easy? Isn't this supposed to be a harder process? And then I honestly went back and forth with Claude for probably several days after that. I was like, well, just because that felt like it was too easy, and I like it needed to be a more long, drawn out process. So we went back and forth. Like, what about this? What about that? Well, is this clear enough? Like, maybe I should go this route. And anyway, I kept coming back to the Tethered Post. I switched it up a few times, but then I was like, no, I think it's tethered. And I love that idea. A part of me was like, oh, is it too negative? Like tethered as in like a holding you back kind of thing? But I was like, well, I mean, you could see tethered like that, but that's not my heart behind it. My heart behind it is having connection and actually being like having an anchor in a good way and a connection source, you know? Like, oh gosh, I'm not explaining this well at all. But do you get what I mean? I hope so. Let me know in the comments. I am trying to get to better at not over explaining things. And in that process, it's sometimes I just like stop mid sentence, mid thought. So I'm like, wait, maybe I've already explained it enough. So let me know in the comments. Did I explain it enough? Do you get it? Do you see my heart? Do you see the visual? I like see these like ropes like intertwined, almost, you know, if you have heard that Bible verse of like 3 strands are not easily broken or something like that. Like, that pops in my mind too. But I just like that visual of like that connection, but in a way that like makes us all stronger. Ooh, that was good. I like that. Anyway, even my first logo was, it had like ropes around what are they called? A cleat, like the little metal things on a boat dock that the boats like tie off to. Apparently it's called a cleat. Found that out. But my first logo had like some flowers and like a rope around a cleat. It was a little bit too literal. So I love my new logo that's still a rope, but it's in a heart shape. But I really like it. Anyway, that's kind of where the name came from. So if you've been curious, like, why is it called the Tethered Post? That's why. There's not a whole lot of like super deep meaning behind it, because I wanted it to have enough clarity where it wasn't like completely vague of kind of what my like topic or niche is with my mail club, because my mail club is definitely different than the typical, because it's not like art related. That's what I see out of most mail clubs, is just a way to share art, which is amazing. And I plan on signing up for several of those mail clubs just because they create such cool stuff. And there's a few out there. Actually, one video I'm going to share some of the favorite mail clubs I've found so far. Some that are just art and some that are doing different stuff. There's one in particular I'm thinking about right now where she shares some stuff about national parks. And that's really cool. She exploded. She had like 500 people sign up in her first month, which is just amazing. So happy for her. But her idea is so cool. I love it. But I haven't seen a lot of people like her and like me that are doing mail clubs that aren't a art print club, if that makes sense. Okay. I have yapped on for close to 10 minutes now. And as I said, I'm just going to keep this pretty raw. Pretty much just upload whatever I said without chopping it up and taking out the ums and pauses. I'm just going to let it go. So you can let me know in the comments if you're into this kind of formatting, or if you're not into it, you probably didn't make it to this point. You know what? I'm going to do something I like. That was a lot of thoughts in one moment. I like having little pieces at the end. So if you make it to the end, I'm probably not going to do this or remember to do this on every video. So I won't promise that. But if you make it to the end of this video, I want you to tell me in the comments. Let's see. What could the random thing be that makes no sense? Like if somebody were to read the comments, they're like, what? What is that comment about? I want you to tell me what your favorite, staring at a playground right now. So what your favorite thing to play on as a kid was. Do you love the swings, slide, the climby things, those little like rocker spring things, you know what I'm talking about? Those are so fun. Yeah, let me know what your favorite thing to play on outside as a kid was. Or it could be indoors. Doesn't matter. And also in the comment, let me know if you sign up for the mail club. Because if you do, I will put an extra special little goodie in your April letter for watching all the way to the end. Because, I mean, that's a big deal for YouTube to have videos watched all the way through. So if you actually made it to the end, then I want to say thank you. So that's our secret code way of saying thank you. So anyway, I'll see you again soon.